It's not often that a teenager gets to be closer to home by going away to college. But for Syracuse women's basketball guard Olivia Schmitt, that's exactly the case. The Staten Island native lived in New York her entire life, but after her sophomore year of high school, she was presented with an opportunity that was too good to refuse.
The idea of going 1,000 miles away from my home without my family for basketball, that's when I kind of knew, like, this is really serious and this is something I really want to pursue. So I took the opportunity and I went down to Florida at DME Academy.
But before we learn about the 15-year-old girl who moved 15 hours away from her home to pursue basketball, let's hear how she discovered that passion in the first place.
I grew up in a family full of sports. My siblings and I played about 5 to 6 sports growing up. I always say it's weird that COVID was actually a blessing in disguise because we had the opportunity to, be isolated and really focus on what we like to do. And I was blessed to have a basketball hoop in my backyard, so I was able to go out pretty much every day and just do my thing.
While some people turned into the ultimate couch potato during the pandemic, which unfortunately includes me, Schmitt devoted countless hours to her craft. And although her freshman season at Staten Island Academy was canceled, its athletic director Mike Mazzella knew Olivia was special.
Being a freshman and just being able to control a team and be clearly the best athlete on the court, and again, just the natural instincts that she seemed to have just set her apart from all of her peers and just allowed her to have great success from the moment she took the court for us.
And mind you, this is not your typical high school varsity team Olivia was on as a freshman, and she's more than happy to brag about her former teammates.
So Staten Island Academy is kind of like a known powerhouse for women's basketball. I had a lot of older teammates that are very, very talented. There's 3 or 4 of them that still play Division I basketball to this day. I was surrounded by a lot of talent.
And when she finally had her first true high school season, to say she made the most of it feels like an understatement.
But then as a sophomore, I came back, so I was able to play a few good games in my sophomore year. I had a 49-point game.
Wait, did she say 49 points?
I had a 49-point game.
Let's put that into perspective. If you scaled up the length of high school games to the full 40-minute NCAA contests, Schmitt was on pace to break the current single-game record of 61 points. And the craziest part about it, Olivia is the furthest thing from a selfish player.
Definitely someone who, makes the players around her better. And I know all of her teammates recognized that fact, and they certainly appreciated it. She just has a special gift that certain point guards do. I mean, she knows when she needs to score. She knows when to facilitate, when to get the assist.
After a breakout sophomore season, Schmitt started gaining attention from schools throughout the Northeast. The then 16-year-old decided to take her talents to DME Academy in Daytona, Florida.
But then when I had that really good year in my sophomore year and I had low major Division I schools coming to offer me, I really said to myself, this is my shot to take and go down and play at a school that I can play in front of all of these coaches and in front of these great showcases. So when I found out my sophomore year that it was an opportunity I could still take, it was still on the table for me to go play for Coach Mike at DME, I went down with my family, we shadowed the school, and I remember coming home literally the day after, and my parents and I were like, okay, we're doing it.
About a year later, Olivia committed to Syracuse, eventually turning a 15-hour drive into just 4. In her freshman season with the Orange, Schmitt puts up 3 assists a game and drops 7 in a win over Missouri. Both lead all bench players on SU. And despite playing alongside a 6th-year senior and an LSU transfer, Schmitt still gets 13 minutes a game. Mazzella thinks that having someone like Olivia on your team is essential to a winning program.
I think it's critical for any program that really wants to have success and sustain success, and especially in terms of establishing a culture. I think you can't do better than Olivia.
Ben Chadwick, WAER Sports.